All right, and again, we're off. So, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? We are back. Nice, perfect time to slap. This is my favorite song in my 6-song playlist. So, yeah, before what do we get done? We have our movement system, of course. We also have dumb enemies that we can kill if they are in range of us. Boom. Okay, nice. But this is all very, very rough, and we're going to change quite a bit of it. One of the things that I'm going to be doing is to make the different characters have different ways of attacking, right? So before, in our kind of rough discussion here, we're going to have these DPS, tanks, healers, and rogue characters. And my idea is basically, at least for this, that all the DPS are going to be shooters, right? And then the tanks are kind of going to be melee people. I don't even know if we'll do the healer, to be honest. And then the rogue is going to throw bombs. I mean, they're just going to have to be different. But the idea is that if the movement, now all the things like that, are going to be consistent across them, and the way that they attack is different, we can make use of components, which is, I guess, it's something new in Godot 4. I don't really think it is, though. It seems like something they could have done in Godot 3, but I just didn't know about it. Like here are the sea mines we were looking at. So, but before we do that, let's go ahead and hop back in. Oh, I didn't start the stream here. There we go. Okay, cool. Yeah, so the live chat on this is not working, which means the Python part of this is not working, which is a little unfortunate. But, you know, whatever, man. I would really love to use the API for this, but so this is using Python, or a little Python script. This is Godot, by the way, that made this. And there's a little Python script that Godot launches and then talks to Godot, if you've seen my videos, and then imports this. But I haven't touched it since I made it. And so there might be, YouTube might have changed the way that it lines out its chat. And so anyway, this might be failing. But anyway, here we go. So I guess I won't talk about the fact that I just rambled. But on today's agenda, if you don't remember, we were going to add ability to add other fish to the team and create an attack system. Okay, so I guess we'll start with this. We can make it really basic, because I already kind of set the system up a little bit. So if, let's see, what time is it? Actually, add fish friends to your team. Add that. And then we're going to create an attack system. Sure. We'll begin creating attack system. I don't know why I made that title case. And then, I mean, begin creating attack system. Yeah, I guess. Well, I didn't make any way to remove things, but after we'll create kind of the basic attack system. So how this thing's gonna work, and kind of plan that out a little more. I've been like ruminating on it throughout the day, and I've got some basic ideas. But yeah, so that's what we'll do right now. We'll go ahead and start with this, and let's get going, baby. I felt like I needed to say it, but I didn't really want to say it. Kombucha. Okay. So here we are. This is the base enemy. We're gonna close that out for right now. I'm also gonna close out player damage for right now, and we're gonna look at our leader class. And so, the leader... The other thing is I haven't given the leader the ability to attack, and the leader will attack. He's just going to be one of the characters, so... I probably... I don't know. I probably should have just made the leader the character, and then given it the option to become the leader. And then we could have just used components for that. Maybe we'll do that at some point. Probably not, because I mean, if I were really taking time on this game, I would probably do that. But for right now, we'll just do it this. Even though it might make a little bit more work for us down the line, I think it's better as it is right now. Okay, so essentially we have a few of these functions. I'll kind of run through the script to kind of walk through what's going on here. So we'll go up to physics process last. Yeah, here, I'll go through it. Basically, we're doing this input.getVector, and that's getting just our input direction. And then we're saying if input vector equals 0. I mean, this is very basic stuff. Then basically we're going to slow down based on our deceleration. If there is a direction, then we're going to accelerate based on this. Velocity plus equals acceleration times acceleration. I might want to change that at some point because I prefer to use lerp now. And I did this just based on the old way, and then I'm like, I should probably see what else Godot 4 has, and then I found this handy function, and I was like, changing that right away. And then I just was like, I guess I could just lerp it, but yeah. This is a little complicated, so we're using lerp angle, and this is actually a function I made for Solenoid, which is when I was hosting some game jam, the Go Godot jam. I made Solenoid, and it had this crazy turning system, and so I made this. So if you've ever had to deal with the idea of turning, right, so you can see here, I have these guys, and if I change direction, they turn to face me, right? Or they turn so for instance, this guy who's down here, I'm pointing with my finger, this guy who's down here, if I go like this, he's gonna shift up there, and then, it's actually kind of confusing me. If I go like this, he's gonna shift back there. Yeah, okay, so anyway, but we're turning, and we can turn all the way around here. And it doesn't make me, it's really hard to illustrate actually. But basically, when you turn, you go 360 degrees, right? And let's say you're shooting at, or you're looking this way, which would be like 270 degrees, right? And then you say, well, now I want to look here, right? Which is 45 degrees. Typically what would happen is if you're saying, okay, like lerp me over there, you're gonna go all the way around the circle rather than complete that. So basically what this function does is it allows us to go between any two angles and just go between them rather than thinking about it in terms of that. And yeah, it tends to work. Oh yeah, I still have this line here. Oh, maybe I can show it. So this line basically just goes to those points, and then so we can look at like which side's the front. So right now the left here is the front of this thing, and if I point down, or better yet, if I point over here, so now I'm pointing left, right? And then if I were to then point to the right, well, it's gonna do a full thing anyway. But if I were to go like this, let's say, see if I can do it. So now I'm pointing up and to the left, right? Now if I went up, I go straight up, and then if I go to the left, I turn that way. And then I can also go back, and you can see I turn that way. I actually don't know how it's deciding whether to go like this or like this when it's when it's going 180. But yeah, that's how we're doing it. But anyway, so that works for that. That's what that's doing, and you can see what that is doing right here. I honestly don't even remember everything I did here and like exactly how it works, because I hate dealing with rotations and angles in Godot. Because it's just very confusing. It's already confusing, and then on top of that, Godot makes it a little more confusing. So okay, now we already have this function add group member, and right now I'm using this not in actual gameplay, but I kind of set this up. My doggo is working, so I kind of set this up so it could be applied. So basically, we have this list of all our group members right here. So when we add a new group member, something else would call this function, probably. We add that to that group, new member. We make sure we set some things about that group member, right? So we want to tell it that its leader is moi. We set its max speed to our max speed, which now that I'm thinking about it, we don't really need to do, because as long as we set leader, I'm gonna fix that right now. Let's not ADD this, Aaron. I'm gonna make a comment. Not necessary. Just a little bit of refactor. I don't, you know, I sometimes find myself constantly finding ways to fix things and then go fix it. This is one of the things I probably don't need to fix, but it's easy. And then we say if is inside tree set markers. And the markers are basically the positions around me where they need to go to. You can see in that line 2D, the line 2D, I just put the points as those markers. So you can see I have it turn so that the markers go to those things, and then these guys are really just chasing those points. That's basically all that's happening. You're welcome for that. I wish you could smell that because it's pleasant. I'm sorry that I'm disgusting. Okay, so set markers. Part of the difficulty here is we're setting all the... Are we doing that? Oh yeah, we're doing that all in here. So in set markers, we're setting those positions for... So for child in positions that get children, we're deleting those children right now, which may or may not be a problem. I do remember thinking, like, we don't really need to delete these. We could just move them, right? So, like I said, so these are all the different positions that they need to go to. And so essentially what happens is if we have these 3 positions here, I'm deleting all of them, and then if I added a 4th, we would then make 4 new positions. But it would really not be that hard to simply add a new position into the list, and then set these all to simply move, right? And then, yeah, and I think that's what we're gonna end up having to do. So for this, I'm gonna just go ahead and say change to replace, or add and move rather than delete. Well, because the word here would be replace, because that's really what we're doing, right? Spawn marker, so we're calling spawn marker for each marker, which is just telling it where position to go to. And now what we're going to do is basically just make that a little more conservative in the way we use that. Okay, cool. So I'm going to quickly do this refactor here. So this is in, if we do this, we delete that, and we go to our character script, and then I'm just going to go ahead and, do I want to delete max speed? What we can also do here is do, forgetting, okay, that's how you do it. Yeah, they changed the set get. But we're gonna go here, and we're gonna say set equals set leader, and I actually think this is gonna be really good because I imagine there's gonna be other things that we wanna do when we set ourselves as the leader. So function set leader, new leader, and this is not going to return anything, and we're going to say leader equals new leader, and then we're going to say max speed equals, well, I guess we could just do this, leader dot max underscore speed. Okay, cool. So now all we've done is kind of moved that code here. We could also just kind of constantly call that wherever we're actually using max speed. Are we using max speed? Oh yes, that's where. Yeah, using it quite a bit. Wow, interesting. Why the hell did I do that if... You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna remove max speed just completely. And then I'm gonna remove this here. And then I'm just gonna do... Wait. I've spoken too soon. So this we could replace, or this part at least, right? Target speed equals leader max speed. Here we're setting our max speed to be our leader max speed. we need to keep it. And I'll quickly elaborate as to why. So basically, part of our slow down and speed up behavior that goes into having these guys as followers, right? Someone just joined, so I'll quickly show you this cool... Here, let's go ahead and actually debug, remove visual, turn off. Okay, now, so what's going on with this movement system, right? They all run to me, right? And you can see they have... they're like kind of catching up to these positions here, right? And they have specific behaviors, and you can see here, as I go like this, they're all gonna start going a little faster. So he goes just a little bit faster to really try and get to that position. So basically, they start out with their max speed being the leader max speed, so that way they don't like go faster than the leader or anything like that. But if they can't get to where they're supposed to be, basically every 10 visit frames, we increase our max speed by 10%, so that way they can catch up. And then once they're in range of where they're supposed to be, we change states basically into the arriving state. Interesting. I think this is kind of like legacy too. I don't think I need this as of right now. I'm gonna go ahead and simplify that, but basically they arrive when their distance is within the arrival radius there, and he left. I mean, I feel like I'm... Maybe they wanted to see more fish. I feel like I'm being pretty authentic here. I'm making a game. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So we can just do that. We can just make this comparison right here. We don't have to store that in a variable. Simplifies things a little bit. I thought that maybe I might want to know if we are in the process of arriving from the leader's perspective for something I was trying to figure out, but I ended up removing that. So anyway, really should have called this refactor, shouldn't I have? Okay, but anyway, yeah. So once they get within arrival, we reset our target speed here, and we scale it based on how close we are. So we want to slow down the closer we get to it, and then we set arrival counter. Basically, that's just this, so that way we can tell ourselves to hurry up. And we set our max speed back to our leader.max speed, because once we're arriving, we don't want to run any faster than our leader. And yeah, so then we can lerp to our velocity here, and that's all that's kind of going on there. But anyway, there was that refactor. Not super duper necessary. Now, I am thinking in the character, I might want to add a new state. So we'll say, oh, maybe that's what idle could be. We have idle, we have attacking. I guess we should just call this following. That's what I'm going to call that. Yeah. Now, where exactly is idle? Yeah, these are all things I'm going to need to... Oh yeah, by default we do need to set our state to... We'll keep the current state as idle by default, and then in set leader we'll set current state equals state dot following. Even though we're not really going to do a whole lot of code within that state there, it is just to make sure that we're not in this state or this state, because this idle is basically going to be our discoverable state. So they'll be kind of just standing around. It's going to be a little tough. Because of the things that I want them to be able to do before they're discovered, like kind of default do some attacks, and you can help them and do things of that nature. So if they are idling, we want them to be able to be discoverable. Yes, so we need to put a range that we can get in, which we can collect them. I think, yeah, so I'm gonna add, we'll just go ahead and duplicate that. We'll rename this as discover range. I'm a little confused why we can't, oh, because we don't set them right away, but in this case, I am going to set this. Make sure that is the right thing there. Ah, whoopsies. I forgot that we have to do this and click make sub-resources unique. There we go, make sub-resources unique. Okay, now for this one, I'll hide this shit so I don't accidentally grab it. We grab this, make this range pretty big. And we'll kind of, I don't know exactly what I want this to be. For right now, I'll kind of set as 500. And then we need to go in here. So the idea is basically that if they enter in this range, then this guy's gonna join your party, right? Fishpocalyptic party, something, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a name. I don't even know if Fishpocalyptic will be it, but I just kind of like that. Okay, so what layer? We don't need to be discoverable, but we want to mask with our leader, right? Yeah, I think that's the way to go. Rather, I was going to think about maybe putting on the leader, but then we have the leader querying constantly to see if people are in there. And this way, if we get it, then we can basically have him do that. So, yeah, we'll figure that out. All right, so there's that. That's good. And then what we want to do here is attach area entered, and then go up here. And I'll start putting this up here. Start organizing. Oh, somebody left. Start organizing my code. Yeah, I feel like way too late, and then it becomes an annoying thing. So I think I'll try it now. I'll do idle. Right, and then so I'll have this, and then I'll say func idle. Okay. And then we're basically going to be calling that We'll say if current state does not equal state dot idle, then we're gonna run this, because currently I want this to run everywhere except for that. And then here we can say state dot idle. Yeah, if our state is state dot idle, then we're going to run function idle, and we'll define what that is exactly. But for right now, I think we're kind of just going to go and chill. And then if the whoopsies, this is area, that's what we want. Oh, and also, yeah, let's go ahead and disconnect that. Disconnect and disconnect. Here we want body entered. Okay. The average view duration is under a minute. That's pretty impressive. I don't know how you make your mind up fast. But alright. Clearly I'm doing something right. Okay, so state.idle. I gotta stop giving a crap about that, honestly, though, because I'm really here just to make a game, and I want to get back into YouTube somewhat, so that's kind of why I'm streaming. Yeah, not here for me. Idle. So alright, so here's everything we're gonna do every frame in the idle function, which I'll define at some point, but I think for right now, I'm kind of just gonna make them do nothing. I mean, we can make them kind of bob up and we can make them bob up and down, I guess. I'll do. Yeah, we'll do this. Velocity equals sine so let me just make sure I understand sine. Returns a sine angle. Well, yes, obviously, but so you need this to be in radians. We should be able to feed it any number, really. I wonder if we can make it really pretty and just do velocity dot y. We can do that. Velocity dot y equals that, and then we can do move, slide. Why don't they like that? Velocity. Son of a bitch. Okay, so I don't know if that'll work. We'll see. Tin Tran Trong, good luck. What's up, man? Thank you. Okay, so yeah. Also, now we need to figure out a way to test this. So what I'd like to do, we're spawning all the people here. So now what I'm going to do, I think, is kind of just not spawn them. So now when we spawn, I'm also going to remove, yeah, I'll remove the base enemy. Oopsies. Right now. From the scene, so that way when we spawn here, it's just us moving around. Okay, and then what I'd like to do is then add a character. Gotta do. Okay, and then we want to add our character scene here, and we'll just go ahead and make sure that it's somewhere we have to go actually navigate to. Okay, cool. Okay. And now what we want to do is in our character. Oh yeah, let's just go ahead and see how that looks. Speed does not move. Okay, so that's fine. That's probably because velocity. Wait, but if velocity y is 0, sine of 0. Am I tripping here? What is sine of 0 should be 1, right? Oh. Well, shit. Very interesting. Why did I think cosine of 0 is 1. And that should also work here. Or not? What? Okay. Yeah, what is cosine of 0? Is 1. And cosine 1 is... Yeah. Sorry. As I see some pog. So yeah, so that... Oh, well, we can do this, do times 10, and then we can do this divided by 10. kind of seems to be working. Actually, it just looks like he's sinking. I don't even know why I'm doing it this way, to be honest. Yeah, he's just sinking, for sure. Let's do times 100. Yeah, see, overwhelmingly he's going up, though. If we do 100... Yeah, now he just stutters down. Alright, fine, I'll make a freaking counter, dude. I want him to bob up and down. Yeah, that's not gonna work because it's not gonna be perfect. What we would need to do here is do something like, so we have a rival counter. We can't really use that. Say var idle counter equals 0. Actually, you know what? There's no reason to do this in code. There's really no reason to do this in code. Well, I guess then I have to add an animation tree. We'll do it in code. We'll do it in code. Okay, so idle, we're going to say, actually this should be 0.0. And I'm going to turn this back into sine here. And then here we're going to do idle counter plus equals 0.1. Oh, wait, yeah. Times 100. It's weird that it looks like they're going down faster than they're going up, but I don't think that can be possible. And yeah, changing that should only, it should only change the wavelength of our bounce here. You know what, something I was just thinking would be cool? We could set a global variable called current, and the current would have some velocity, and then we could move ourselves in that velocity. But yeah, so this is basically just setting the wavelength, and this is setting the rate at which we're moving. So if we do this, and I change this to 200, I think that's going to get a little closer to what we're looking. It's going to be a very slow bob. Maybe I have no idea what the hell I'm talking about. Yeah, I think that's probably it. I had to guess. Velocity equals vector 2. That's kind of cool. Little circle. Well, it's not exactly what I want. I wanted him to kind of go like this, while also going like this. That is actually kind of what I was looking for. I kind of like that. It's like kind of like he's dancing. All we need to do now is figure out when is a good time to do this. So I should probably do this down here. So why can't I do that there? Okay, so cosine 0 is 1. Cosine 10 is not 1. I'm going to ask my friend, when is sine x equal to 0? Okay, integer multiples of pi. This means that sine equals 0 whenever x equals n times pi. Okay. When does sine 1? Essentially, at every pi over 2 plus any integer is full of 2 pi. Oh yeah, essentially that. Okay. So maybe keep this one. Let it code for me. I was trying to do Python, but that's fine. Idle counter, looped counter, idle counter, modulo 2 pi, loop from 0 to 2 pi. Interesting. So looped counter equals idle counter. So for increasing by this, idle counter. Oh, we'd have to make a separate counter. That's what I wanted to avoid doing. But then the idle counter still gets out of hand. But then the idle counter never resets and keeps growing larger. That was the whole point. You set after each 2 pi cycle to keep the counter within a manageable range. I feel like that's gonna slowly add up to issues, though, you know? It's pretty crazy that, so theoretically, if I just multiply this times pi, well, no, because that's not going to work. I definitely liked it before better, but what we want to do is figure out when idle counter. So, all right, most important thing, this. The sine function is equal to 0 at time in multiples of pi. And also 0, right? So we can say if idle counter is greater than or equal to pi, then we say idle underscore counter equals 0. I might need to put this after this, but we'll see. Interesting. It's just gonna keep. And then let's do 2 times pi. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'll take my Nobel Prize. Okay. So yeah, now he bobs back and forth, and that's kind of his idle state. You know, it's a work in progress. We'll get back to it. For right now, I think it's kind of cute, and I like it. I do kind of want to slow it down, though. So maybe we make this 0.05, and hopefully that should only slow it down and not change the... It does somehow make the wavelength bigger, which I'm just very confused about. Oh, that's because we're doing this. We're multiplying. I think this song slaps a little too hard for YouTube. I want to make sure that stuff's actually being heard here. If I go click this, heard. Okay, good. Just making sure, because I thought maybe my music was not playing on stream. But yeah, okay, let's see. Analytics, cool, we're back. We're back. Okay, so this is somewhat working, but I don't quite understand why the wavelength is different. The vector 2 here is going to be sine and cosine. And I'm confused as to why, if we make this 0.05, that doesn't just slow it down, but also makes it bigger. Whatever. I don't know why I'm wasting my time on that. It's just a dummy animation. There's that. Okay, on discover range body entered. So this is basically going to trigger if our leader walks into the area, in which case we want to say body leader equals body. So I guess we actually want to do set leader body, now that we've done that. And then before we do that, actually, we should do body dot add member. Is that what I called it? Add group member. Add group member self. Okay, so once that hits, then we become a member of that leader group. Okay, add group member. New member. I believe it's already freaking 8. Add group member, new member, group members dot append, new member dot leader equals self. It says this, and then we say if is inside tree, set markers. In this case, will be true. Then we're come through here, ignoring the line 2D stuff. For child, we remove all those childs, and then for IDX and our group members dot size, bar member equals group members IDX. Remember equals group members IDX. And it's member dot marker equals spawn marker vector 2. Okay, and then we're gonna make that marker. I mean, let's just see if I get an error right now. Instantly. Non-existent function add group member case character body 2D. Let's do this. Oh, I know why. I know exactly why. It is because it's triggering itself. Now, I forgot how exactly... There's a way to make it ignore disable mode, remove, make static, keep active. Input, pickable, angular damp, gravity, monitorable. I think I'm just gonna say if body equals self. We could just do this. Is self return, and make sure that expected type specifier. Oh, interesting. So I guess you can't do that anymore. So we'll do that. If body equals self, then we return. And this also returns nothing. Oh, where are you going, dude? Fuck. What? Something happened, but not the right thing. I think I'm gonna turn this back on. It's funny because I almost deleted it. So now there's actually also, let's do this. That way I can get to it quickly. Interesting. Oh, you know what I'm also going to do is in the script where we add those line points, I'm going to just make it self dot. Well, we can just do global position. So that way, when we do this, I can see where that line is going. Or not. What the hell, man? adding nan. So I'm assuming that second point is the nan. My local position. Wait. Why would this move? It shouldn't be moving local position. Huh. I'm just gonna do this dot. Even though I don't understand why that's happening, this should fix that issue. This is still just gonna be vector 2.0. Except, well, okay, so the second point is coming in as nan. Doesn't make sense to me. So where are we setting that point? Line 2D, add point, pause. Pause is right here under spawn marker. Spawn marker, vector 2.dispersion 0, rotated by dispersion angle times IDX. Ah, that is because, good sir, that this starts at 1. So this needs to be IDX plus 1, or actually just 1, and then that plus 1. I don't understand how that wasn't an issue before, to be honest. Ah. Alright, fuck it then. We will do that. Yeah. Why is that still giving fucking nan, dude? So it's doing add group member. We're appending the new member, setting the leader to equal self. This is happening. For child in position, children, that's fine. For index in range, group members dot size. Var member equals group members IDX. I guess what we really want is, rather than doing this, we want to do this, right? Print this. Let's see, prints. Okay, so this is working. Something's going on here with this part. This should say 300. Dispersion angle my god. 0 if group member size equals 1, else. Oh my god. Dude. You gotta be freaking kidding me. Okay, so that essentially means that we basically just want this. And then I'm gonna do this. So that's gonna be a float. And then we're gonna set that right here. Dispersion angle equals that. Okay, so dispersion angle equals that, and we're gonna set that every time we add a group member, and this is very easy math, so it shouldn't really be a problem. New member dot leader equals self. Yeah, okay. Actually, I also want to make them closer to me because they're too far away. Oh, okay. So, oh, I went and I added them. I just keep adding them. The good news is this part of my behavior is working. Partially. Oh yeah, we should also go here when this happens. So body itself dot set leader and on set leader. We are setting to, oh yes, but current state equals following. Are there going to be other situations where we ever need to go? Or need to deactivate this? No, I don't think so. This is going to be the only time we're going to go, and we're going to say discover range dot set disabled true. Disable mode remove. I think this gave me trouble one time. Call deferred this. Just like that. Okay. And so that should solve part of that problem. But not a whole lot. We're in the following state. It's trying to do something. Also now though, however, I go back into, oh no, that's still happening. Oh yeah, this is probably good. The parameter area is never using the function on area entered. Cars is declared but never used. Function parameter car has the same name as a built-in function. Okay. Error calling deferred method, error to is method not found. Monitoring monitorable. Huh. Interesting. Area 2D. Okay. Oh, do you disable the collision object? Is that what you disable? Oh, interesting. Honestly, we could probably remove it. I'll keep it as set disabled for right now. So discover range slash, there we go. I'll defer it set disabled true. Now why is he running away from me? That I don't know. So I'm calling this in the set leader function. Leader equals that current state equals state dot following. This is you. We're spawning that marker, and we're clearly spawning it in the right place because the line is pointing at it, and we are also setting the member marker to that marker. All right, so we're turning that marker 2D, and we're setting them to that. And we're changing the state to following, in which case movement becomes true. This is very weird. I was hoping this would go a lot more smoothly. It's weird because if I spawn them together, like in here, I are doing right here, then it doesn't have a problem. Unless I fuck something up somehow. It looks like I did! That's good. I can't believe I've done this. It's gotta be in the character code, right? So I made this new function set leader. That's... well... it's printing high. Oh wait, why isn't that printing on the first guy? I am Confucius. Okay, that one also calls the set leader. What the hell have I done, you guys? Cards that shuffle. Leader to add group member, create character. Okay, and then in the lead. Ah. Add group member. In the world. Oh no, create character, we're doing this. Oh, okay. Oh. Here we go. Super crazy game dev time. Our new car equals character we've seen instantiate. So here we're creating a new instance and we're setting that there. Here by default. Characters car 1. Oh, that might have something to do with it. Yeah. R score ready if not character set character car 1. Yeah, that probably had something to do with it. Interesting. Okay, so now I've added the new functionality without having you can just toss them around. Anyway, without having maintained the old functionality. Doesn't quite make sense to me. Because we are going to need the ability to spawn them. Keep it tidy. So I do this, we can see that, where's that printing from though? I think that's printing from the leader. Yeah. That's not what we want. We want character. We'll do that. Print global position. It's moving. Whatever the hell it is. Oh. That looks like a lot like it's bouncing back and forth doing the idle animation. So better yet, let's print current state. 0. It's idle. Why is the current state fucking idle? I mean, I know it's there by default, but once you set... It's saying hi, so we know this is running, and we are setting current state to this. What? This is running on that character, right? We're setting its current state to high. I guess I should actually probably, because we have done this. Say, fix bug added by adding fish friends to team. Okay, so this is the part that's really confusing to me, right? So we know that this function is running, which is setting the current state to state.following, right? And then after that happens, actually keep that. After that happens, where would we set the current state to idle? No. I don't get it, dude. Print current state. Okay, so somewhere here we are setting our state to idle after this happens. Okay. I just don't know where that's happening. So what happens after we do set leader? We're spawning, so ready. If not character, set character car 1. So we are setting character. Set modulate character data color. Don't know why I'm reading some bits of code. I don't think that's doing it right. We're running this. Print current state. Oh. Print set leader. Okay, so this is set characters running first. Makes sense. this in the physics process? Oh, I'm dumb. I'm so dumb. Yes, that's what's doing this, dude. Print current state. Okay, so that's good to know. Ready. Set leader 1. Debugging is my favorite part of coding. Set leader 1, ready 0. So what is happening? What the hell is happening? The very first physics frame, actually ready, so before the first physics frame, is registering as 0. So we actually don't need this anymore, because we know that it is happening between setting character, which is happening here, right? It's happening between there and ready. What else are we doing here? So we're doing stand shape, new character, dot set character, add child, new character, and then we're also doing add group member. What are we doing in add group member? I'll fucking scream. Remember leader equals self. Why can't I figure this out? What's happening in my brain right now? Has nothing to do with this. We're not even in the right fucking class. LARP angle, short angle distance, add group member. Group members that append this. New member dot leader equals self. Like where it's happening before a physics process starts. This is what we need to find here. Where am I doing that? At no point are we setting this. What? At no point. Wow, someone joined just in time to watch me lose my mind. Trying to figure out why these guys are spawning in the idle state. I mean, yes, I'm doing this. Why? This is just blowing my mind, dude. Like, absolutely blowing my mind. Print car dot state current state. So interesting. It's but what? No, that's fine. That's fine. Wait, did I do that? I did do that after we did set character. So it's print new member dot current state. Okay, so it's 0 right here already. Why is that? My guy, I'm starting to get upset at this game engine, even though it's definitely my fault. Okay, leader, add group member, this. Create character, this. Because nowhere am I setting the state. But it's happening before the ready function, because we know that, as you can see right here, it's saying ready, and then current state is 0. When we do set leader, right, so in the world, we're spawning this guy, saying add group member. When we add group member, oh, that actually makes sense. Oops. So this makes sense right here, because it should be 0 here, but then after we do this, then that should be 1. Okay, so now that's printing 1. Now, is that still going to print 1? That still prints 1. So that means that we're not doing anything, because this means that this has all happened, and that's all we're doing from the leader's perspective. We're not doing anything else from the leader's perspective. So if we go back to character now, we're setting that to equal self. I think it's gotta be a bug with enums. No, that can't make sense, dude. Well, if I do func init, it's gonna be fucking 1. 0. Far card equals, oh my god, I'm gonna kill man. Current state. So that is 1. Ooh. Okay, so I think what's happening is this. Purchase order. Okay, so you don't probably ever see that because so now it works as long as I don't have the other character in here. But why would that be? Let's do that. Let's go back to the world script. And let's make this oh, things are not going well, my friends. Odds that I do the attack system tonight? Not good. Things are not going well. Alright, that's also very confusing to me. So it appears that this one is somehow like slurping up the first one. So when I create one, why is this taking it? That's what's happening, right? Like, this motherfucker is it. Okay, so clearly the leader is trying to set this twice. Oh my god, dude. This makes no sense to me. I think this has got to be a bug, right? Like, why would it be pulling this? Huh. Interesting. body dot get leader and body equals body dot leader. So the problem is me placing them in the scene here for some reason. If that's a feature, I will kill someone. I don't understand that. I'm gonna have to ask ChatGPT, even though it doesn't know Godot 4 enough to give me a good answer. Okay, in Godot 4, I had a instance of a scene I placed manually in the scene tree. I also had some instantiated some of those same scenes in the underscore init function. It seems that I think that's what's happening. First instance I created in the... Yeah, I think this is a bug. Well, yeah. It seems that the first instance I created in the script was then stolen by the engine to replace that manually placed instance. The init function in GDScript is called when an object is created even before their ready function. This means that any code in init runs very early in the object's lifecycle before it becomes part of the active scene tree. If you're instantiating scenes with init, these instances aren't immediately part of the scene tree, they're just created in memory. Yes. If you observe behavior that seems like manually placed instance was stolen or replaced by the instance created in the init function, it might be due to how you're managing these instances within your script or scene set normally. This created in the init function should not automatically replace manually placed instances unless code explicitly does so by adding the instance to the scene tree. Here for consideration of managing scene tree and ownership, naming complex. Be aware of naming complex. If you insert a scene and add it to the scene tree, the same name as an existing node. Debugging scene structure, remote scene tree view. So there's in time whether init is the right place for your instantiation logic. If the logic depends on the scene tree or nodes within it, you might want to move that logic to the ready function. Why? But why? Ugh. No, that's not what I'm talking about. To do with Godot's object pooling, because I instantiate an instance of the same scene in the init function, it just uses that instance. No, dude. Here is my code, which works normally. If I don't have a character scene placed in the scene manually. Then, if I place one in manually, it takes the first instance of the character scene away from the leader and makes it the there are only two character scenes in the tree, and Yeah. Why would that cause? Character addition logic. Your character function as a new character instance. Child's a node where init is called. The manually placed character is supposed to be part of the leader's group but ends up outside of it. Leader and group member. Yeah, I think this is a bug. No fucking way. Pretty good art, dude. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Oh, what the fuck? Editor place. What 4.2.1 stable. Come on, internet, you can do it. Okay, what the hell's going on here? 4.2.1. I was kind of hoping it wouldn't be that. Okay, editor place instances in the scene tree seem to be affected by script instantiated instances. Specifically, I have a scene that I placed manually in the editor. In addition, I instantiate the scene programmatically in the init function of another script. The root node. Effectively, this should result in 2 instances of character scene tree at runtime. However, only 1 instance appears. Okay, now I feel like I have to do this. We're gonna make a new node here, and I'm gonna have to save it. Okay. Var fast equals reload. Func score init. Test done. What the fuck? What am I doing wrong? Why do I have to do that? You know, like, maybe because they think this is gonna solve the issue, but oh yeah, new viewer. I found a bug in Godot, I'm pretty sure, and so right now we're just writing up a... Probably shouldn't do this when I'm trying to win a game jam, even though I'm definitely not gonna... yeah, I feel like I owe it to the community. Okay, now let's do this. Come on, baby. And we're gonna make our minimum reproducible product here. New. Yeah, I know it doesn't work, my guy. Okay, so now we need to make a scene. Paste the scene. Save that. And then we'll make another scene. We'll call this one. We'll just leave it as no 2D scene. Okay, and then in this one, create. Now, add test scene. Test scene doesn't even have a script though. Okay, func ready, print self, and then in this, we're also going to do var scene equals preload node test.scene func underscore init. Line the line bit. Okay, in the init function, say var instance equals tscn dot instantiate add instance. Be sure not to include the .godot folder, but keep... Wait, it's a write? If I'm writing it, oh, it wants me to link to it? Oh, a zip archive to upload it. Okay, now, so, alright, so real... Oh, I already quit Godot. But the idea is that, as you can see, it was only printing one thing there, and it should have printed two, because I placed one manually in the scene, and then I also instantiated one via code, and it's replacing it. So that's the weird part. I put it in right here, didn't I? Shit, didn't I? Fuck, what? Code dot test game users versus documents. Oh fuck! I meant to put that in desktop, but that's fine. Oh, it's actually not fine because it's on a Mac. It's pretty fucking annoying. Yeah, it's pretty annoying. Okay. Psych was actually okay, so here was the bug. We've got that product ready, bam bam. Just to go over it for anyone who watched the video future. Basically, if you have I'm just gonna hit submit new issue. But basically, if you make a world scene or one scene, and then you have another scene, right? That's it could be an enemy, and then if you take that scene and manually place it in the scene tree in the editor, right, as to be one of those scenes, and then you also encode in the init function, try to instantiate and add that same type of scene, but a separate instance, where you should have two instances of that scene. It replaces the one that the first one that you try to instantiate, with that one. And I don't really understand that. Well, my idea is that in the init of the actual scene, it's when you use init, it's doing it at the same time, and because you're instantiating the exact same class, something weird is happening. But yeah. Anyway, we'll see what happens. I'm excited for someone to either tell me how dumb I'm being or just be rude to me, because that's usually how GitHub issues go, because they're getting hundreds of these and they get jaded, and that's, that's fine. I get it. I don't think I'd ever be that person. Well, although I've been on Reddit and I've seen some stuff that makes me a little upset, because it clearly shows a lack of any effort to Google it, If you go on GitHub and you post that you have an issue, you should have at least Googled it first, right? And if you do that and you're still stuck, fine. But if you don't, I understand why people get upset. So hopefully they're not mad at me. But anyway, let's open Godot 4 back up, and now I'm going to go ahead and say that, oh, I didn't. God damn it. Okay. We can go ahead and remove this guy. Get rid of you. Alright, so we have 2 concurrent viewers, world record. I'll go ahead and show you where we're at with the game right now. Oh, except it's actually, here's the bug, right? Is that I have one of these guys in the scene that I placed manually just for testing purposes, and then I was instantiating 2 via code, which should be here and here on both sides. This line is just for visual purposes, debugging purposes, I should say. And I noticed that's weird. This guy's not showing up. And over an hour, I figured out that he's being instantiated and then being reinstantiated as this scene, and all the data given to him is kind of dead. Now you can see if I go over here. Oh, that's good. It removed that code. That's not what you want. Basically here, we're just going to say if body.get leader, because basically those are what we call followers, and I'm trying to say that if the follower has a leader, because the follower enters the area, then we defer to the leader. So I'm going to say body equals body dot void body dot leader, and now it kind of works, because now if I do this, they'll join in just like that. That's what I wanted. And so that works. Yeah, that works. I'm actually surprised that works that well. I thought, I'll show you why, but anyway, yeah. So there's supposed to be not an enemy, another guy right here, but because of things, that's not happening. So, but you can see if I get rid of that from my scene tree manually placed, and I run the scene, I'll spawn with 2 of these guys that follow me around. So basically, we're all going to be fish, and this is a vampire survivor-like. The idea here is that it'll be kind of formation-based. So here, if I hit right, you can see that the direction I'm going, this guy is going to stay. I keep pointing at the screen as if you can see it. This guy is going to stay in to the right of me, and then now if I go down, he switches to go that way. So that way he's always going in the direction that I'm going, and that way there might be some cool, quirky little things that go along with that, you know. It also just helps you, like, if these guys have different ranges, one's a sniper, and they're delicate, right, we could put our heavy hitter tank up front, and then put our sniper out back, and, you know, kind of keep them out of trouble, and then we kind of, the movement physics, it's just fun. I mean, it was tough making it, but anyway. So, the idea here, though, was that I was trying to test the ability to pick up a new character. So I'm going to say var idle car equals create character car is 1. I spelled idle wrong. Okay, and then we're gonna add child idle car, and then we're going to set idle car dot global position equals I just realized how many times to say we'll say 3,000 and 1,000. And now you can see I spawned with my 2 guys. I'm going to remove the line because it removes some of the magic to have that line in there. Alright, so there are my 2 guys. The idea is, like, some of these guys are heavier, so you can see, like, they have a harder time. The red guy has to kind of swing, and heavy is really, but the green guy is really nice and speedy. I don't know, we might have to, you know, mess with that, the movement mechanics there. But here, if I go in and then pick up a 3rd party member, now we have 3. And then we can do the same thing, and they move around me. Yeah, anyway. So cool. Okay. So now, the idea was to begin creating... Okay, so we can do that. Now, the idea was, and it's already now 9:21, and I would like to stop at 10 because I have work tomorrow. So I was planning on creating the attack system. I can start on creating the attack system. Why do I do this? I'm gonna create an attack system. It's gonna be the best game jam game you've ever seen, I swear. Okay, so if we are, I will go ahead and say that. So now we are creating the attack system, yeah. Okay. Do it. So the idea that I had here was basically, right now they actually do shoot enemies, but what I realized that, I saw Heartbeats doing something with components. I thought that might be interesting because, go back to this blinding white light, you can see that I have a few different ideas here for characters and teammates, right? And they're going to have, so these tanks are going to have very different attack behaviors from these DPS guys. So the idea would be, and right now you can see they're coming in with different colors because I have this thing, and basically each one of these dictionaries stores all the data to create one of those characters. And so the idea is, I want to use the same scene for all of the characters because they all have the same fundamental movement principles, and I'd hate to just make a new scene with all the same code and then just change, you know, the attack code. So what components theoretically allow you to do is just write some code, right? And then we can flip that out. Then I can basically put a blip of code in here. So I could go like this and say attack code, right? And then we'll put null for right now. And then when I instantiate the new character, he could then load this, and so that way when that character tries to attack, he could do his own very custom thing, and we still can minimize the amount of scenes that we have to create. Now, this is what I wanted to try. So I think I can't talk about the same class, but let's do this. So let's open damage, and then I'm gonna give this a class name. Class underscore name. I don't know, we'll call it damage, dude. And then we'll go damage, dude. And then we'll go like right back to this thing. And then can I do damage, dude, like that? Is that gonna yell at me? Alright, doesn't like something. Assign value for constant data isn't a constant expression. Can I do that? Yes, I can do that. But then this isn't all my concurrent viewers left. Okay, then I was like, okay, here it comes. Gonna go viral. Okay, so if I do this, the constant. But what I think we don't even need to do here, because if, like, for instance, I have the code. Alright, so let's do this. This is how we really need to test this. Okay, then we need to go character here. Cannot find number. Why? Why? Get. Oh, that's why you can't do that. Okay. Well, you can blame the guy for trying. Well, that's fine. We will just undo that. Okay, so basically if I write those as components, right, just a regular node, make all that stuff, I don't even have to use a class, right? Ooh. Well, here, let me save this, and then that should fix that, but I also want to go to clear damage and remove that. I wonder if I lost the last people when I made my class name damage, dude. They're like, they winced. Okay. Just zoning out here. Okay, so we've got this. This is all that represents a single. This is all represents a single character, and that is working right now. And what we could do is put a reference to one of those, one of the scripts that has all the code. Load that code in. Okay. So I think that'll work. But then we have to make 2 different attacking things. Player damage is probably going to go bye-bye. So let's see. I mean, we can make the basic gun. Spyfish. Spyfish gun? I don't know what I'm doing, dude. I just don't know what the basic fish should be. What does the basic fish shoot? You know? What time is it for me? It is 9:30 p.m. But I'm, you know, I'm old, kind of. I'm 28, I think. Yeah. What time is it for you, the tragic truce? Okay. So if I want to make 2 different bullets as scenes, let's say, so we can make this one of them. Well, then no, because this is like, it's got everything in it. What we would want is a scene that has the code. So Alright, let me ask my friend here. At work, I'm not supposed to use ChatGPT. The basic fish should be a Nemo type fish, then it uses white pattern to shoot out bright white orbs. Alright. Alright. 12:30 a.m. Yeah, I'm in California. 12:30 a.m. Where's it 12:30 a.m.? You know what? Because you're here and you said something, that's what the basic fish is gonna be. We'll make it. It'll be fucking adorable. That's what we're gonna. A cute ass little clownfish. Oh, New York, nice. Yeah, I lived there for 3 years. Just moved back out here in like 8 months ago. Yes, this is what I do. Okay, new topic. Say I want to instantiate a class from a string of its name. How I do this in Godofo. Let's see if it's possible. Couple steps, mainly because Jupyter does not directly report reflection in the same way as languages like Python. Yeah, because I know you can do this in Python. Andy's gone. In Python. Phobocast and Godot. That's not what you want to fucking see, my guy. Yeah, man, you should hop on. Yeah, we got, I think there's like 2,000 people in it, actually. I mean, you know how these go. There'll probably be like 200 people. Yeah, wow, 2,400. Or like 200 people that actually end up submitting. Doing the art is going to be tough. Especially because I don't know why all these things are saying no AI art. Because it's like so useful. Also, it's, I mean, at least in my opinion, never been able to make AI art that's good enough to stand on its own. I usually make the art to be inspired, which I probably still will do, and then I'm like, okay, so that's cool, and then I make it my own. Not necessarily because it's not good enough, but more so because it's like it's not consistent. If I want to make a whole game, there's no way AI is going to make its art style consistent throughout the whole game. You know what I mean? So yeah. That's not what we want. Using objects, new method with class names. For a more automated approach, if your classes are not too dynamically named or numerous, using a registration system or factory pattern as described above is recommended. This is awful. It sounds, I don't even know if it's in the rules that you have to make it during this period. But I know what you mean. I have a few games that I was like, I could, you know. I have one that I came in like 7th place in the some big game jam a while ago. This one. I made a few videos on it. How bad did I? I'm probably remembering me doing better. 17th. But I think there was only 500 entries. But you know, take it. Anyway, this was a game a lot of people liked, and I think it had a lot of promise, and it would not always be that hard. Not always. Sorry, I was reading your comment at the same time. It would not be that hard to make it into a full game. I mean, it would, but you know, a lot of the stuff is done for me. I still just, you know, I need to. And Solenoid too. This game too, although it doesn't work anymore because itch deletes the backend files, and I didn't know that at the time. It depends on those backend files. This game would have been a cool game. It's really cool when it takes an hour to run. But yeah, I always use Godot. I mean, I started using Python and Pygame. I was like, you can't do anything with this. And then I was like, I should try a game. I was learning to code because I thought it would be useful. And it is. I mean, I quit my career path and now I do programming. But yeah, then I was like, oh, let me try Godot, and it's great. Anyways, it's not gonna load. But this is a game where I made it for a game jam. It was actually one of the ones I was helping to host. And then I even made it like very dynamic, so I made like a level editor, and you could totally just scale that up, make a few more enemies, a few more challenges, and you could have yourself like at least one world of a game, right? Like one, you know, if it's like Mario style and we have several worlds. But I was like, screw it, man. People liked it, but it just wasn't, I don't know. I think I've had this idea for a long time, and I thought it kind of worked with the fish theme easily. So you just make it the characters fish. Even though I made the art for, I don't even know if I still have it, but I made the art a long time ago for not all the art, but some of the character art. Knit. Ooh, can't add child character bodies to already has parent. What? Not instantiate. New car equals set character. Add child. I've heard of G-Develop, but haven't really looked into it. Yeah, man. I mean, I have my course that I made specifically because I learned to code in Godot. Basically, I tried to learn Python to code, and I didn't really know what the hell I was doing. And then when I started using Godot, that's when I actually like learned how to code, because I think using a game engine to learn how to code is probably the best way to do it. Oh, I always do that. I don't know if you've already know all this stuff. Well, no, go to my channel, dude. But yeah, the non-coder's guide to GDScript. I'm sure you've already done some, but I think this is pretty easy to teach the basics, and then do Heartbeast's thing. But a lot of people seem to think it does a good job. I think because I taught it like right after, like it was only I made that course only if I was after a year into coding. I think once people get really good at something and then they try to teach it, they forget all the nuances that they struggled with when they were learning it. And I don't think that. Yeah, I think I still remembered all those issues. I remember in like college, like we'd have these like bio and physics teachers and stuff that just like would not be able to comprehend that we'd be confused about like easy things, right? And it's the same thing with code. Like now I take things for granted. It's like almost second nature. And I used to watch people coding and just watch them, like not even think about it, just jot things out because it is a language. Yeah, so I think now if I taught the course today, it wouldn't be as good as it was when I taught it only a year after learning to code. Especially because I was basically doing it every day. I didn't have a lot on my plate at the time, so I'd go real deep into it. So I was in a very good position to make a course where I was actually very good at coding. And it was pretty good at coding. B grade coder. And I had the time. So and I was young into it. Anyway, okay. So what I want to do, I want to make a, well, that's what I want to do. I want to look at how, now he would make the script and then save the script. I'm thinking about how Heartbeast was doing these, oh dude, yeah, I can't, I mean, being a freshman in college is tough to balance things. I just didn't have the maturity to balance things when I was in college, or a freshman at least. Once I got near senior year, then you figured stuff out, which is just not ideal. But you know, you go to college, you're 18, and then they're like, yeah, be an adult now. And also, here's a lot of alcohol and no supervision. Let's just see what happens. Okay. So what Heartbeast was doing was that he was making these scripts that inherited from a regular node, and then they'd come up here. So if I go here, what was it called? What did I name this thing? Oh, characters. Yeah. So then I can add this to the scene tree. But that is not what I want to do. Yeah, it's not what I want to do. And I want to be able to have it just be a little portion of this, right? This is all the information that goes into loading into a character into Business. We have, you know, we have their name, we have like some of their speed stats, their attack range, their attack rate. These things might change, and what color they are, right? And we can load those every time we start those. We're like, okay, make car one. Say, okay, here's his name and here's all his stats. And I want to do the same thing with his attack code, right? If the code is going to be different for someone, you know, if one guy's going to throw bombs, the other guy's going to shoot rockets, I want that code to be different. So I'd love to just say, I don't know if we did this, but like attack code, ATK code. Because it's super late and I have to get up in like 5 hours. Thanks, man. Yeah, I'll be doing this all week. So for sure, man. Good luck. Good luck in college, I guess. Good time. Okay. Car one name, acceleration, attack range, attack rate, attack code, and then we can't make this a reference to a class because then it's no longer able to be a constant expression, which kind of defeats the purpose of doing this. So we have attack code, and I would have to put a string here, and this would have to be a reference to a scene. What it? No, so yeah, then you have to do... Oh, wait. Ooh la la! Because then we can just do that. So we can still just do... Why do we have to do .myClass, though? Okay. Here we go. I think I figured this shit out, bro. Okay. So, if we do this... well, here, let's do file, new script. We're going to inherit from node, and we will call this basic ranged attack code. Basic ranged attack code, and I want to put that in scenes, characters, create folders, ATK, code. Okay, we'll put this here, and we're going to say create, and then I'm going to say class name. See, this is wrong, you know, but yeah, let's try this. And then let's just say var hello var phrase var phrase equals hello function underscore ready print phrase. And that's going to be it. But then the idea is that if we go into these character attack code, and then we do this, I should be able to do that. There you go. Okay, we're gonna do that. Boom and boom. Now that we have, it's amazing. He was here for like 20 minutes, and my average review duration is only 2 minutes because it's 9:46. I mean, the fact that if I just describe how the system works, I think that's good enough, considering I did all that BS. Okay, so here's that code, and then now basically in the character, when we do set character, we do var atk underscore code. And set character, do atk code equals load dot new, and then this is going to be character data dot org, and then it's going to be atk underscore code. Did I follow the naming convention? I did. So we've got some errors here. This is more like what we'd want to do here. That's actually good. I guess we'll do that. And I want to go here. I want to say ATK code dot attack. See, why are you saying that, bro? Look at that. But regardless, I just glossed over the fact that this freaking worked. So we can just write these scripts, dude, and then we just have those as attacking code, and then that's the attack code, and now it's completely... Oh, that's freaking beautiful, man. Okay, so why is that amazing? That's amazing, folks, because that means that we can totally just make packets of code not attached to certain scenes, and then just basically stick those packets of code in. So now, for instance, whenever our character goes up and is ready to attack, we can say attack code dot, and then call the function attack. And then as long as we keep it consistent within these different, attack code segments, that attack is going to be the function that does that thing. I don't know if we can, let's do print get parent. Object null, there's no parent. So we would have to assign it as but yeah, this is pretty sweet, man. So basically what I just figured out is that we can detach code into segments. So I can make a script that has this function in it, and then we can make our basic character class or guy here. And then we can assign each of them a different script, and then they can pull that script and then just use that code individually. So that is pretty freaking great. So now what I'd like to do, so right now we have our own code attack here where we're doing this, and I am going to remove this, and then that's going to yell at me up here. Yeah, there we go. So here we're going to go atk code dot attack, and then the other thing we have to do here is, rather than, we don't want to attack there, but we do want to say atk underscore code dot we'll say actor, because that's what Heartbeast's using. I appreciate him. Actor equals self, and then in this attack code here, actor equals self. Now we don't need that anymore. Okay, so, and then we need to take, this is actually going to work out pretty well, because then we can remove quite a bit of stuff. Like, where is damage? Damage scene dot instantiate. Oh, because it's in character, not leader. We can do that. Set fixed damage acquisition equals actor dot global position. And here we'll add our target. This should be a node 2D, and then I should fix this. I don't know why it's not fixing it. Not declared in colon. Ah, Here we need actor goal position angle too. This will work. Can attack equals false. That, however, we are going to have to leave up to there, and that also. So in fact, I'm actually attack init long attack. I want to do that, and then we also want to say APK for code attack, because this is basically anything we want in here. We want to be true for every single character in the game. And so here I can just do that now, and that's still going to do that. Bar damage equals that, get tree.root that, damage.goal position equals actor.goal position, damage.rotation equals actor.goal position, angle to point target.goal position. Oh, we have to feed taco.attack target. Nothing. Oh, we don't have an enemy to fight at right now. Interesting. Can I get data.tree is null. Interesting. I guess because it's not in the scene tree, so it can't get the tree. So we'll have to give it access to the tree bar. Well, we could actually do this. Hey! You see that, motherfucker? They are attacking him from code that is not in their own code. So that means we can just write whatever crazy code we want to work. I mean, with a few constraints, like remembering to... If we have actor and we have target, we can basically just, all this code, we can just call those functions from that. In fact, what we might even do is, ironically, make this a class. So that way, just for the sole purpose of being able to use this, and then hint that rather than the actor being a character body 2D, which is helpful, it gives us access to a lot of those things. It would give us access to its direct functions, which would allow us to act on it directly. Like for instance, if I had a take damage, well, I mean, I don't really see if there's a direct need for that at the current moment. Also, we don't have to. We can still do that even if we don't type hint, but type hinting makes it much nicer to code that. But anyway, so this now works. Now we have a bit of code that is completely detached from the actual scene itself. You can write a different bit of code as long as it conforms to the same basic architecture, and thus we can use two different attacks, or many more than two different attacks. So let's see, what time is it? 9:57. Might as well make another one. File, new script, node. Call this one bomb drop attack. So in this new bomb drop attack, we'll do this. Well, we also do more of this actually. Okay, and then funk, attack, target, node, 2D. Let's see. It's always like, I felt like I was about to give up and quit because I was feeling really that bug, and then everything. Talking to a cool person helped me. Solving something actually cool helped me. I kind of feel like I could keep going for a long time, but I'm going to just make a basic version of this attack. The reason I paused is because I'm like, well, how do I want to make this bomb drop? Like, this is going to make the thing that drops. So we'd have to make a bomb. We'd still have to make the bomb projectile, right? This is the bit of code that makes it happen, right? So here we would have to change the thing. So this is damage scene. It should basically be like projectile scene rather than that. So we'd still have to make a bomb scene. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'll do that real quick. I don't think this will take super long. Okay, what I want to add here, area 2D, rename bomb. Okay, and then of course add a collision shape. We'll also add a timer. Say var wait time equals 2. Yeah, and then function underscore ready. Ready var timer equals timer ready timer dot set wait time wait time. Okay, so there's that. Then we do timer dot start. Okay, timer dot start, and then after the timer timeout, we will explode. Or basically, we're going to do this, and then we're going to change our collisions to be. We don't need to be that, but we do want to monitor for enemies, and then we're going to do on body entered. and then we're going to make function explode var exploding is false. Or explode here we're going to say if exploding return exploding equals true. I forgot. I keep doing stuff like this. I mean, I guess for clarity reasons, it is good to do this. But what you can do is actually, so like when I do this right here, I can change this to be explode, and just kind of cut out the middleman. And now when I connect it, the method name must be a valid. Oh, you can pick too. Interesting. Did that work? Yeah. Okay, so now it's directly tied to that, rather than doing that. But you know what? I think for readability, which is very important and overlooked by me, it's better to do this, because then we know if a body enters explode, or if timeout explode, and then we're calling this, although we could directly attach them and make the script a little smaller, make the whole game a little smaller, but these lines of code are not going to cause those issues. Okay, so there we go. Function explode, if exploding, do this, and then what we're going to have to do here is do var damage equals damage scene dot instantiate, and then we're going to say damage dot let's see, what do we got in here? I don't even remember this scene. We don't have something like this here. We want to do this. Should be able to do I'm going to change this to a circle just to make life a little easier, and then I'm actually going to end up making, I think, they're bullets circles. At some point. Right now we'll just make them squares. But the circle will work nonetheless. We're going to change everything about this scene, basically. It really shouldn't even have a yeah, anyway. Okay, and then we're going to say function set radius, and then we are going to say collision shape dot and the radius, yeah, dot radius equals radius, and this should be a float. Okay, now in the bomb scene, damage dot set like this. Okay, set radius, I don't know, 50. What is it in the actual thing right now? It's already 50, so we'll make that 200. Let's see. Damage dot damage equals 10. Damage dot damage equal 10.0. I don't know. Why am I blanking right now? It's because. Okay. Explode total damage equals 10, and then we can Q free. Yeah. Q free. Except we also have to do. Okay. So we'll do get tree dot root dot add child damage dot global underscore position equals global position. Boom. So basically, when the timer times out or one of the enemies enters the bomb area, then I'll probably also add that collision shape so this exists. Also probably add a sprite. That's going to be the hurt box. And then let's make it look a little bit like a bomb. There you go. There is bomb. Okay, and then once I get close to that, then the bomb will explode. We could even make the particles. Could spawn particles and stuff, but I don't think I'm going to do that for right now. Okay, so all that was to say, now in the bomb drop attack, we are instead going to preload the bomb scene. Now we can write all the code we need if we wanted to drop this bomb. So I'm going to change this to bomb scene. Say var bomb equals bomb scene dot instantiate, and then we're going to say get tree dot root dot add underscore child bomb, and then we're going to say bomb dot global my position equals actor dot global position. So for right now, it just drops it right where they is, and that's all this is going to do. We create it, add it, drop it right where we're at, and then the bomb class does nothing but sit there until the enemy runs into it, and then it's supposed to explode. And now, if we go to characters here, we can now change this. Change any one of these to be that. Oh, wait, nope, that's not, nope, almost got me. Bomb drop attack, very important, that is that. So these two players will now drop the bomb. We can pick him up. Fuck! Invalid set index damage on base with value of type float. Oh, god damn it. Okay, here we go. Hey! 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 That's what I'm fucking talking about, dude. So we've got now a basic idea of how we want this attack system to work. I think that's kind of like the full circle of today, right? Is that in the beginning of the day, we had movement, and now we have movement and like two other things. We'll see, man. I mean, I guess this is day 2, so it's not awful for day 2. Especially considering if I just make the attack animations, although that could be just a whole day in and of itself, and then adding just the same enemy, we could make a game loop. If I added 3 enemies, we could make a game loop. So I think that's what I'm gonna have to do. But you know. Here we go. This kind of shows you everything that can happen now. So you spawn, we've got these 2 guys here, and we can go here and pick up a 3rd fish friend, and then we can come down here and begin attacking. That was weird. Oh, interesting. I forgot to, in the bomb scene, set the damage dot speed. Speed equals 0. So that way it doesn't go anywhere. Although it's kind of interesting. I think the timer ran out on that. This is just fun in and of itself, my dude. It's just so fun and smooth. It does really look like fish too. Like once I think once we get the animations in there, it's gonna look cool. I don't know if we'll even have time to make animations. This is always the bummer because I remember like all the stuff coming out. I'm like, oh, dude, that'd be so lit for game jams to be able to get your art done in large part by AI. They have that thing that makes sound effects and music all by AI. I mean, all these things that you used to have to either pay for, make yourself, or stick with shitty free assets that don't go together, so you have to kit bash them and do all this effort, you could now do, right? So, Yeah. Anyway, so I think that is probably a good point to end it for today. So, slightly better stream than yesterday. So thanks for tuning in. I think, you know what? Actually, before I close it, we'll update week plan. Yeah, we'll update our week plan here. Okay. Okay, so create a tax system. Start to create a tax system. There you go. Okay, and then... Although, honestly, we basically created the system. We just didn't create the attacks. So I will say, sir, that we did create the attack system. We figured out exactly how to do it. So this is, on Wednesday, just the level creation system. That's such a better thing to say. Just one thing. I think we might have to push level creation system and just make it. Well, we'll make it a single level creation system. We make one level where we're gonna spawn the theoretical positions of some other characters you can run into, and then we'll just figure out the way we want to handle things like that, and then also probably add a camera. So here I'm gonna create ranged attack, create bomb attack, create melee attack. But spell it wrong. Very, very important. Also, capitalize attack only in that one. Why did I do that? Okay, level creation system. I think that seems pretty good. Right? Create these 3 attacks. Realistically, that's it. That's what's gonna happen. But the only thing I think is that this seems easy. Because literally we'll set, like, this is how big the thing's gonna be. And then all I'm gonna do is we're gonna have a certain number of things that I'm gonna decide we're gonna put in there. And then we're gonna come up with some arbitrary vectors within that space. And then basically, well, that's unfortunate. I was gonna have, and it doesn't really matter, I was gonna have the actual player kind of determine. I think what we'll do is we'll have the world scene be responsible for that. So each physics frame, or maybe even every 5th physics frame, I don't think we really need to do it every physics frame, we can check where the player is in relativity to those other things. I'm actually going to define that out right now. Have world check player position every 5th physics frame and spawn stuff if close. That's basically how I'm gonna do it, right? And then if the player walks away, we can remove those things. But yeah, we'll see. If the player gets too far away, yeah, we can just remove those things. Okay, have world check blah 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 blah. I think that's pretty solid, man. Yeah, we'll call that the day. Okay. All right. So that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and say that's it, man. Thanks anyone who tuned in. Tragic Truth. Oh yes, because of what he said, he now gets Nemo. Shoots, what did he say? The basic fish should be a Nemo type fish. Then it could use its white pattern to shoot out bright white orbs. Shoots bright white orbs. Now, I don't know why, but we're gonna do that. You know why? Because it's an idea, which is better than the idea I had. You can see like the white orb. Like I think the way he's thinking, if we're vibing, it's the Nemo fish. It is pretty crazy that they just like Nemo's not a thing, I don't think. And even now, like 10 years after this movie come out, you know, like 20 years later probably, you search Nemo, it's the only thing that come up. Well, okay, so if he shoots it, it glows 1, 2, 3, like, and then shoots out the front. That's what I'm thinking. Boom, boom. Anyway, all right. Why? Oh, come on, people. Oh my god. Am I gonna buy this? No, but is this what I'm going to base the fucking thing off of? Absolutely. Why did you do that? Can you not put images? What? Copy image. There you go. Okay. Now, if you wouldn't mind letting me rescale it, can you not rescale images, dude? I've never done this. Okay, it seems that Notes is taking a shit on me. More. Come on. What are you doing, dude? Extension? No, dude, just scale the fucking thing, man. View as small images. Thank you! That's what I'm talking about. Okay, and that's fucking adorable and very easy to make a thing. So I'll probably just be kind of ripping that very close to 1 for 1. We'll see. Oh my god, they even gave you a swim away animation? Thank you. Yeah, that's what I'm fucking talking about. Okay. Alright, so that's little Nemo. That's how he will look, yeah? Yes, I don't know if we'll actually animate them. I'll probably just make the sprites like this one, and then we'll flip it both ways. We could just do both of these, and then you flip it depending on the way, and then you also change the sprite if he's going up, that one, down, that one, flip. But yeah. All right. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. You know, I'll be doing this all week, so yeah. Hopefully you tune in, and hopefully this game comes out. So.